The year is 2012. Just got home from school. It's November, and you and your friends are getting on Xbox Live. However, today's a very special day, though. It's November 12th, and that's when this game, this masterpiece of a multiplayer game, was released. Welcome to Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 was the peak of Call of Duty's popularity at the time for the Xbox 360 PS3 days. So much new content in it, back then when games were complete on launch. New feel, new graphics, new maps, and everybody's excited and hungry for some new gameplay, just after playing Modern Warfare 3. And in today's video, we are going to explain why Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was the best multiplayer Call of Duty that we have ever had, to this, even still to this very day in 2021.
Enemy down. It's hot. Charging EMP.
So let's start off with the base content of the game, because this is November 12th of 2012, and the amount of content that we had at the base game was pretty crazy. And first we're going to go over the maps. We had 14 maps base at launch, and I think like a month or two after Nuketown 2025 was launched to everybody. I know it was eventually at some point. But basically all the maps that we had though were amazing to play on. And we have iconic maps like Slums, Raid, Express, Standoff, Plaza, Yemen, and Carrier. All the maps in Black Ops 2 were a damn good time. Oh, I also forgot, Hijacked as well. But you couldn't go wrong with any of the maps in this game as a whole though. All of them were iconic and all of them played really, really well for the game. Now, as a little disclaimer, with a lot of the gameplay that I actually do currently have in this video, a lot of it is against bots. I have one gameplay where I actually did get in a game where somebody actually was cheating, but they're somehow horrible at it. I'll show you some clips later on in the video when I talk about the hacking problem in this game, and you know, this game should be remastered at some point, or they need to figure something out, one day at least. But anyways, let's continue on. Now, the maps play well in Black Ops 2, as we all know. You know, there's some of the best flowing maps out there for both, you know, just casual and competitive. It's all so much fun. But how about the gunplay? How are the weapons? How's the weapon sandbox? Well, they're all fucking fantastic, and I love them. Personally, I love every weapon in here, and you literally cannot go wrong with any weapon. And especially, this is the year where we had the Pick 10 system. The Pick 10 system is probably the best system that we've ever had for a Call of Duty. And with that Pick 10 system, we're able to, you know, we're actually able to create our class literally verbatim how we want it, and you have 10 points to pick everything. And this is where they also add something called wild cards. So let's just say, hey, I want these two perks in perk 1, you know, I want Flak Jacket and Hardline, or Flak Jacket and Ghost. You know, you have to use 3 points in total to be able to get that, so you're wasting an extra point just to be able to get 2 perks. Which, at the end of it, worked fantastic for its balancing, you know? It was such a genius idea at the time, and it's something, in my opinion, still works extremely well to this day. Personally, I like it more compared to what we have now, as much as I do like the systems for Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019, but I prefer Pick 10 just because it does add a little bit more freedom, but you do have to think about your classes a lot more compared to now. Everybody runs the same thing, you know, same five attachments, same kind of wild cards. That's my big thing that kind of annoys me a little bit nowadays. But Pick 10 to me is probably one of the closest perfect systems that we've had so far, because it's one of the best ways where you literally play how you want, which is I love to death. Anyways, though, sorry for kind of going off topic there. I wanted to get back onto the guns. I just had to put that in there because that Pick 10 system is, oh, so good. I love it to death. Oh. But the gunplay in here, though, it's smooth. I like it a lot. And hey, I would even love to see this game remastered at some point just to see how it would feel, you know, on whatever the modified engine that they have for Modern Warfare 2019 and / Cold War, you know. See how much better it could feel with the weapons in here. Oh, and especially in here, we have a pretty good unique set of weapons with all sorts of different attachments on there. And this was even the first Call of Duty where we had a select fire attachment. So like one of the favorite weapons that were actually that attachment was used on back in the day. One of them was the FAL, actually, before it got nerfed pretty hard, because literally using that full auto attachment with the FAL back then, it literally had zero kick to it, and it was one of the most broken things because the FAL was a 2 to 3 shot kill. If you put rapid fire on it, or I think just in general, actually, it didn't even have a rate of fire cap, which made it pretty freaking broken. But once that eventually got nerfed, a lot of people would actually use it on the SWAT 5.56, that burst assault rifle. That was a lot of fun using that on, and it worked extremely well. Thing literally turned it into an assault SMG because how fast it shot with that. And this is the game where, you know, so many iconic weapons in Call of Duty came from this game. Weapons like the Scorpion, MSMC, AN-94, M8A1, the PDW. I remember when they actually nerfed that. That was a pretty busted weapon at launch. What else? The Cap 40 pistol, the B23R, hell, even the FN57 that a lot of people would use. Freaking beastly semi-auto pistol. But there's so many good weapons in here. And when I say like everything was usable, literally everything was usable, which was amazing. The only main three that you would see people use all the time, though, was for sure MSMC, M8A1, and AN-94. Those were the three main weapons that everybody used, especially in competitive. And hey, it worked good. Whole weapon sandbox is definitely the best. Is definitely the best one in my opinion for the series. Let me know down in the comment if you guys believe that as well too. Now, as a quick little side note, I almost completely forgot about the I completely forgot about the Peacekeeper SMG, which I was actually wanting to talk about separately because the DLC section. And since we're on the weapons, might as well just kind of continue on with it. And the Peacekeeper was the very first DLC weapon that we have ever gotten in Call of Duty. It was huge at the time, you know. Came with the very first map pack that came out, and personally, I loved it to death because they did something a little different. It was like a hybrid AR/SMG, or I should say the other way around, SMG/AR. Mostly because they had the mobility and handling of a submachine gun in the game, but had assault rifle like damage and range, which was pretty damn insane for, you know, at the time of it. Again, because before it was kind of uncalled for. SMGs were kind of in their place. They're good at, you know, short, medium range, but this thing competed with assault rifles and kind of shook up the meta back then. But it was a lot of fun to use, and I remember, just quick little story time, this was around when I was in school, high school, and I actually ended up needing knee surgery. Because of football, I ended up tearing my meniscus and needing knee surgery, got a whole week off of school, and this was around the time when the DLC dropped. And it was one of the best times I've had of my life for playing Call of Duty, to be honest. And I was able to play, and I got that thing diamond within the first like 2-3 days. And it was just a lot of fun. It was really cool. Just had to add that in there. Alrighty, so kind of on the next thing, still kind of on top of weapons, because I almost forgot this one too. We are going to be talking about the weapon camos, and as you see in most of the gameplay I have in the background, basically almost all the weapons I got are diamond. And this was the very first Call of Duty where we had this kind of hidden camo, where you got it once you got all the weapons in a specific category gold. And I'll have the list of all the camos go up here right about now that you see on the weapons, and they're all the same. But they all have pretty similar challenges to one another, except for a few minor variations between one another. But usually it's, most of them you gotta get 100 headshots to be able to continue on to the next group of camos. I think, except for shotguns and snipers, I think those are one-shot kills. And then usually from there, it's like, hey, get so many kills with no weapon attachments, get so many kills with no perks. Gets like 10 bloodthirsties, get so many double kills. You know, things that we know have all known from today. And Black Ops 2 is that Call of Duty that's really set like this camo standard for having a cool final camo in games. Because this was the first one that we had this ability to do and get all these awesome camos in it. And just as a little bonus, we did get some DLC camos too that were only like $2-3 at the time. A lot of them were actually pretty dang cool, and the thing that was nice compared to what BS that we get today, compared to like item shops, and you only get, oh hey, this skin's only good for this gun, and you have to have these attachments on if you want it. All the skins back then applied to every single weapon, which was amazing. You know, you paid $3, skins for all your weapons that completely cover the weapon too. Yeah, that's such a big change to what we have. Oh hey, $20 for 2 weapon skins that you want. Oh man, boy have the times changed, and a little disappointed, but maybe one day we can go back to that. Whoever knows. It's just us players eventually have to try to make that change in a boycott or whatever. Anyways, off topic again, but yeah, camos are just, they're good, they're satisfying to get in here, a little bit of a pain to get, but they're good all around and really nice looking. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and go into the kill streaks, or score streaks I should say. But anyways, the score streaks were something new in here, and you know, kill streaks weren't new to Call of Duty. Score streaks were, they essentially, instead of just getting kills to earn these streaks, everything counted towards it. So like score from kills, from objectives, hey, even destroying like a claymore for 25 points. Any little action of you contributing towards the team or any possible way, you get score for, or even EMPing people, you get score for. All that score goes towards your streaks, which is awesome. And this was something that was brand new at the time and actually became a staple for Call of Duty for, you know, years down the line. And personally, I love it to death. I love the score streak system just because it encourages that objective kind of play. Because if you're getting kills while on objective, you earned your score way faster than other people will, and you would get your score streaks a lot faster. And you know, you can turn the tide of the game in your favor that quickly, especially if you're playing with a good team, well coordinated team, and you guys are playing, let's just say, domination or hardpoint. You'd be able to just constantly go off and constantly call in streaks. And the awesome thing about it was too, let's just say you're on a really good streak for the longest time, you're continuously gaining score, and it loops over, which is the amazing part about it. So you're able to loop over your streak. So hey, let's just say you have UAV, care package, and you know, Hellstorm on, and let's just say they are doing really good on a kill streak. You can constantly loop through your UAVs non-stop if you're continuously going through all your score, which is a really good thing for that. And with Call of Duty before that, well, Modern Warfare 3 I think we could, but that was the only other Call of Duty at the time. But all the other ones before that, we couldn't do that. So that was like a really big thing to be able to do that, but while playing objective and still earning towards your kill streaks, which is awesome. We had 22 score streaks in the whole game. I'll put up Little picture of all of them right here. And you know, we had our typical things like UAV, counter UAV, the stealth chopper as well, which is, you know, our helicopter streak, you know, like the original like 3, 5, 7 streaks, and then lightning strike 2, which is like a mortar. Then we had some pretty new iconic ones along the way, which were a lot of fun to use, and we had a lot of controllable kill streaks this time around, which wasn't normal because a lot of it's just usually AI controlled. And you know, one of them is gonna be like the AGR, the Lodestar, what else, the VTOL, like, you know, those little streaks like that were a lot of fun to use, especially with a lot of them except for the VTOL. But like the AGR owned the track and fire as well, but the AGR thing I loved about that, you can either let it AI controlled or you can control it yourself, which was a really cool little feature. Definitely super powerful. I know at one point the AGR actually got nerfed because it was literally next to indestructible, especially when somebody was controlling it themselves, and it was kind of crazy on how powerful of a streak it was. And it was actually pretty easy to get. You could easily get, you know, 2 to 3 a game with quite a bit of ease if you're a decent player. Oh, and then we also ended up getting our iconic dog kill streak back, K9 unit, which, you know, just a bunch of AI dogs running around just killing everybody in sight. Then we got something kind of similar to that, but new at the same time, but it was just basically that, except for in the air, called the Swarm, which is literally a swarm of hunter-killer drones that we had in here. And that little streak is just basically like this little drone plane that you throw up, and it detects and tries to find whoever else is on the ground, targets them, basically slams into them in the ground and blows up and kills them. And Swarm was just basically like when you look up in the sky, it's just hundreds of them just waiting for its next target. And you'll just hear constant, like this beeping sound just bashing on people down below you. Which is just one of the greatest streaks ever, and that's the highest kill streak in the game, which I do believe is at 1900 score if I'm not mistaken, which is a lot and not easy to get. Even if like if you're extremely skilled player, it's not an easy feat to get. At the end of the day though, I really think that all the kill streaks in here are really good. Probably some of the most unique kill streaks that we've had in a Call of Duty, and all really versatile, you know, especially for at the time 2012. Like, it was crazy thinking of all these different streaks that we had, and they were just all a lot of fun, all usable. No streak was really bad, and they all had their own unique use. Anyways though, I give it a big old thumbs up as well on that, and that's another reason why I think, you know, Black Ops 2 is one of the best, if not the best multiplayer for Call of Duty. And I want to say that's about all I have to say about the game. We talked about, you know, the Pick 10 system, how the weapons feel, iconic weapons, kill streaks, how those feel, the maps. Oh, the maps are so good. Oh, they all flow extremely well in this game. And, you know, those are just my opinions overall, and I do want to know what you guys think down below in the comments, and let me know what's your favorite Call of Duty and the reasons why down below. Like I said, personally, Black Ops 2, I think, is literally like the best one, and you can't go wrong with at all. And to me, Black Ops 2, you know, it's something that hits home for me. It's called the very first Call of Duty I actually ended up getting on the launch, and that I was able to pay for myself. I was in high school, I traded in a couple games just so I could get the money for it, and then my parents, they paid for like the last like $15. And this game I played the crap out of. Very first Call of Duty I broke over 100,000 kills in, you know, and I just had an all around good time, and I had like almost a month played in it, which is kind of crazy. And hey, it was honestly there, kind of cheesy to sound, but it was honestly there for me when going through school and kind of having some rough times at that point in time. But it was a lot of fun. Definitely one of the best games I've ever personally played, and still to this very day, and one of the most fun games I've had. And another bigger question is, in 2021, is it playable online still? Yes, it is. You could do custom lobbies and stuff like that. However, if you do want to play online, it is riddled with hackers, which sucks a lot. And it's like, all the hackers need is literally your gamer tag, and bam, set you back down to 0 for stats, and they can literally make it to where you can't even rank up anymore if you were to try to play today online. And it makes me pretty sad on how that is, how the game's gone to. And that's just how a lot of older Call of Duties are. And Activision, if you find this game anywhere, at least good example on PC, for Black Ops 2, this game is still $60 on Steam, which is pretty damn ridiculous and shouldn't be anything anywhere near that for a price, maybe even $20 nowadays. But then also on those older generations for PS3 and Xbox, people still buy it, from other people who use, yard sales or wherever, or even on the Xbox Live or a PSN store where they still sell it for $50-$60. People are still buying it without giving them the warning, hey, this multiplayer might be unplayable. You can't, there's too many hackers or anything like that. There's not even a warning on that, which is, really, really, really scummy. And it's not good. And as for Activision, but as we know, they ain't in a good spot right now. They're getting sued by California for being a bunch of fucking idiots, which is rightfully deserved so. And one thing I want to do that I'm actually working on behind the scenes, especially I have some more time off now, I want to make a old school Call of Duty kind of community where we go back and play, the golden days from COD 4 all the way down to Black Ops 2, maybe even Ghost. Personally, I like Ghost. I made a little video on that, but maybe I'll go ahead and make a separate video going a little bit more in detail, because I was kind of around when that was first starting, and I have better equipment now. But I would love to start doing some game nights with all you guys, and I would love to try to keep those older games alive, maybe on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis, where I want to make I kind of already have a Reddit set up, but I haven't done anything with it because I do need to make some stuff for it. But that'd be just a lot of fun to be able to just go through, play good old times, And this is a game that I miss a lot playing, and it would be nice for Activision in the future to remaster it or put a poll out or something, be like, hey, let's just start being transparent, let's see what the community wants right now, and make a list hey, what game do you guys want to see remastered at some point? Or hey, maybe we should just start making these older games free to the public and just somehow rework the netcode or anything like that, or somehow put it on the newer consoles, for an example, so the game can't be hacked, somehow port it to that, but people can't use infections or anything, just block it off from the old 360 servers kind of thing, just so we can play without dealing with the cheating issue. I don't know, I'm not a networking engineer. I do want to code one day, but I don't know if I'm gonna go as much as in depth with that, if who knows if this takes off or anything like that. But I just want there to be something at the end of the day, so we can at least play some of these popular older Call of Duties without the mess, and actually can find games and find non-hacked games and just have a good time once again. Play like what it was again back in 2012 and just have a damn good time. But anyways though, if you guys stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate that. And hey, follow my Twitch down below and my Twitter. I've been streaming a lot for the past couple weeks and been having a lot of fun. All sorts of different games, from Splitgate, Rust, Call of Duty here soon. I actually might stream a little bit of Call of Duty tonight. But I'll leave those links down below. Follow me on Twitter so you can keep up to date whenever I do upload videos, tweet, chat with me, whatever you guys want to do. I'm always down to hold a conversation or anything and just chat with people. It's a lot of fun to me personally, and it's just nice reaching out to you guys and just to the community in general. And I know this is a little bit of a longer video, but I had a lot of fun making this though, and just kind of going back and playing it again. Sucks I could only play with bots, but hey, it is what it is. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe down below if you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.